They're off. The straight mile ahead of them for the Sandringham Stakes. Rich, Polypot, Novus and Jackie in a pink jacket get out well towards the near side, with Schwarzer in the yellow also showing speed. Towards the near side, Novus is now tracking the leaders, with in behind Coppice, the pink cap, and then Copy Artist and Mabel Artiste in the black and white, Unless in the maroon and blue, and Candle of Hope with the scarlet sleeves tracks them towards the stand side, the right-hand group as they head towards the end of the third furlong. Over on the far side, the left-hand group being led by Faniska with the white cap. Right up amongst them over there is Youngest in a yellow jacket, and then Bella Fina with Chelsea Green second from the right in that group, and further right to Clown Mackin. Eximius and Zoe Innocent are also in that group, with Bridestones and Salsabila and Magical Sunset as they go through halfway in the Sandringham. So two distinct groups. Far side group, left-hand group just have a narrow advantage, but out on the right, Polypot in the pale colours is moving up with Schwarzer. Novus, Rich in a red jacket, is bang there with Mabel Artiste. Candle of Hope is still in the leading line. In behind, Jackie Pink with the blue cap. Frankie, the pink cap, trying to find a way through on Coppice as they move down inside the last quarter mile. So Coppice now finding a bit of daylight has come bursting through on the stand side to take over from Candle of Hope. Brige in a green jacket is also picking up down the stand side. It's Frankie in front inside the furlong on Coppice. Brige green jacket challenging hard. Balalaika is also running on. Frankie nudging away. Coppice in front. Frankie on fire on his farewell. Coppice wins the Sandringham from Brige and Balalaika, followed home by...
And they're off in the Albany Stakes of 2023. A good start made by Pretty Crystal. Matrika over on the far side, the near side passionately with Persian Dream, and most of them going towards the far side. Flaccinello is fairly handy. Do It With Style is in behind with Carla's Way, the orange and black. On the inside of that is Gushing Gold. They are then followed by Porta Fortuna, the pink armlets on the black sleeves, tracked by Comat, an orange cap, and the red hat of Mapmaker. Towards the near side, shaken along, is Saracana. Soprano is in the centre, the light blue colours. Persian Dreamer, Jabara is following those as they head down towards halfway. Dawn Charger is very, very prominent indeed. They're now running down towards the two. Dawn Charger, Matrika. Carla's Way just shifting slightly to the right. Navassa Island, the extreme left, looking to come into contention. Porta Fortuna making some ground as the field now have a furlong and a half to go in the Albany. Matrika is sent on here from Dawn Charger, then Porta Fortuna. Carla's Way with work to do. Persian Dreamer, Jabara the near side, Porta Fortuna and Frankie finishing very strongly and getting to Matrika. And Porta Fortuna has taken over here. Half a furlong to go. Frankie in front. Matrika is rallying. It's 80 winners and counting at Royal Ascot for Frankie. Porta Fortuna wins the Albany.
They're off for the Queen's Vase with a mile and 3/4 ahead of them. Chess Piece in the royal blue ridden forward with a short run into the first turn. And Frankie goes handy aboard Gregory. The red cap applies a bit of pressure for the early lead, with the Grey St George on the inner and Etna Rosso in the blue and white rounding out the leading quartet as they swing right-handed. Circle of Fire with the scarlet sleeves just sits a couple of lengths off the pace, in turn followed out wide by Hadrianus as they begin the steady downhill run towards Swindy Bottom. Think First in an orange jacket settles towards midfield, had to be briefly checked back off heels. And then Peking Opera, Ryan Moore in the dark blue, racing ahead of Sumo Sam in the yellow and blue. A further length and a half to Stephen Siegel in a white jacket. A similar margin away to St Vincent's Garden in the dark blue and white, who races on the inner of Bateman's Bay. Nürburgring in the dark green and white, meanwhile, disputes last place with Undawi. Might just spot the orange star on the cap for David Prober. They've completed half a mile in the Queen's Vase, and Frankie's got to the rail and got to the front aboard Gregory, but he's closely accompanied by Andrea Azzani aboard Hadrianus. They race now 2 lengths clear to Etna Rosso, the white cap, disputing third place with Chess Piece, who in turn is slipstreamed by the Grey St George, and alongside he's Circle of Fire. And then Think First in an orange jacket upsides Peking Opera as they approach halfway. Stephen Siegel in the white races on the outer of Sumo Sam. St Vincent's Garden is further back in the field with Bateman's Bay as they now begin the steady ascent towards the final 3/4 of a mile. And Darwy and Nürburgring continue towards the rear end of the field. So Frankie controlling the fractions here as they head towards the 6 marker. Still Hadrianus in the black and white is a close second. Chess piece under James Doyle in the royal blue against the running rail, tracking the leading pair. Then Etna Rosso to the grey St George, peaking opera, no move yet. Dark blue jacket for Ryan Moore, about 4, maybe 5 lengths off the lead as they head towards the last 4.5 furlongs on the home turn in the Queen's Vase. Gregory, Hadrianus still the leading duo to chess piece Etna Rosso, then St George, Circle of Fire, followed through by Think First, Peking Opera, Stephen Siegel is next, Bateman's Bay in a light blue jacket, out wide to Sumo Sam, then Undawi, St Vincent's Garden and Nürburgring with the last one into the straight as they pass the 3 on the crown of the bend, and it's Gregory in front. Frankie now just beginning to nudge away. Hadrianus turned on in second. Chess piece in the royal blue looking for a way through. Away to the right, Circle of Fire with the scarlet sleeves asked for his effort. Then Etna Rosso, the grey St George up the inner. They've got a furlong and a half to go, and it's still Frankie in front on Gregory. St George the grey, though, is coming out after him. Back in third, chess piece, and then Circle of Fire. 150 yards to go. Frankie driving away on Gregory, still pestering St George. Gregory finding plenty under the Dettori drive. Frankie's farewell at Royal Ascot, and it's winner number 78 at the Royal Meeting for the Italian.
Set, and they're off for the Gold Cup. 2.5 miles, and through the very early stages, Subjectivist in the bright green jacket is one of the first ones to show, together with Emily Dickinson in the dark blue, and over toward the running rail, that is Lone Eagle, who also has a prominent role early. They're being followed through by Broom towards the outside in the grey and white check. The dark blue sleeves and cap with the noseband is Cold Train. Against the running rail in the red is Wise Eagle. Then the nose-banded head of Nate the Great. To his inside is the mare Echoes in Rain. Another length away to Eldar Eldarov in the yellow and black stripes. Courage Mon Ami is towards the inside of Eldar Eldarov. Second to last is Big Call, and sitting chilly at the back of the field is Yabir, fully 10 to 12 lengths behind the leader. And that leader is the winner from 2 years ago, Subjectivist, who shows the way up the home straight the first time and leads by a length and a half to Lone Eagle, who's racing in second. Then Emily Dickinson back in third, Broom is in fourth, Wise Eagle next to the inside of Cold Train. Echoes in Rain, the green and red silks, together with Nate the Great, the orange cap. Courage Mon Ami is racing alongside Eldar Eldarov. Big Call is second to last, and Yabir is the back marker. And they have a circuit to go in the Gold Cup. They're being led by Subjectivist. He leads by 2 lengths to Lone Eagle racing in second. They've developed a bit of a gap on the others now, probably about 4 lengths in to Emily Dickinson, who's racing back in third. Broom is in fourth as they begin to head down the side of the course. Wise Eagle is behind Broom and racing back in 5th place. Cold Train is next. Behind Cold Train is Echoes in Rain. Then Nate the Great and Eldar Eldarov, followed by Courage Mon Ami. Big Call is second to last, and Yabir is still the back marker. Inside the final 1 mile and 3 furlongs, and it's Subjectivist. He goes along out in front. He leads by the best part of 2.5 lengths to Lone Eagle, who's racing in second. Emily Dickinson, she's back in third. Then came Broom in fourth from Wise Eagle, only a half a length that away to Cold Train. Behind Cold Train to the inside, Echoes in Rain. Then Nate the Great and Courage Mon Ami from Eldar Eldarov, and Big Call is still second to last. Yabir is the back marker. Right over on the far side of the track, they're about to go inside the final 9 furlongs, and it's Subjectivist who still gallops along out in front. He leads the way from Lone Eagle in second. Emily Dickinson in a share for third with stable companion Broom. Then came Wise Eagle racing to the inside of Cold Train. Those are the next 2. Echoes in Rain still pitched up against the inside running rail in front of Nate the Great, Courage Mon Ami and Eldar Eldarov. Big Call still at the back there with Yabir as they now begin to head towards the final 3 parts of a mile. And as they do so, it is Subjectivist who still has the front running roll in front by a good 2.5 4.5 lengths at this stage to Lone Eagle in second. Emily Dickinson is back in third. Then a further 1 length away to Broome in fourth. Wise Eagle is handily positioned in fifth. Behind Wise Eagle then is Coltrane. Behind Coltrane is Courage Mon Ami. And then came Nate the Great, and Eldar Eldarov is trying to make some ground now. Echoes in Rain towards the inside of him, and then Courage Mon Ami. Big call and no move yet from Yabir. The field begin to stack up as they make their way inside the final half a mile. Subjectivist with Lone Eagle very much on his quarters now to the outside. Pushed along in third is Emily Dickinson. Coltrane is in fourth now. Nate the Great's under pressure. Wise Eagle is losing ground, and they're about to turn towards home. And it's Lone Eagle who's come through to pick it up under Rossa Ryan. Subjectivist now under pressure. Coltrane with a noseband. Every chance, and Emily Dickinson echoes in Rain in the green, trying to get going. Courage Mon Ami is also staying on, looking to angle between rivals as Coltrane has now gone on from Lone Eagle. Here comes Frankie on Courage Mon Ami, though, building up a big looking effort. They go inside the last now. Courage Mon Ami draws on turns with Coltrane. Courage Mon Ami and Coltrane will battle out the Gold Cup. Coltrane coming back for more on the inside. Courage Mon Ami, though, under Frankie, just proving the stronger on the run for the line. And Courage Mon Ami under Frankie has won the Gold Cup. From Coltrane, then Subjectivist and Emily Dickinson, clear from Nate the Great.